welcome back to another LEGO Marvel review. This time I'm here with set 76169, Thor Mech Armour. This set was released on January 1st, 2021, has 139 pieces, is rated ages 7+, and comes with one minifig. As you'll see there is Thor. It retails at €9.83 in euros, £8.99 in pounds, and $9.99 in dollars. Thor and his mighty mech armour, the second of 3 Marvel mechs released in January 21, and features a new Thor minifig and a mighty mech, and a pretty impressive hammer. It's hard to put my finger on what these mechs are based on because there's a newish game out for the PS4. The box art is kind of classic comic style, and the LEGO.com description mentions the movie, so it's all a bit up in the air. But it looks like a great minifigure regardless, and coming in such a cheap set, it's always a little bonus. A great set for starters. It's small, cheap, and easy to build, but holds a decent play factor. Now, just giving you a look at the back of the box before we start off on the review here, it shows a really nice image of Thor and Mjolnir here, and also then the massive Mjolnir and the mech holding it upside down, which is actually a very nice way to display that set. And to be honest, most of the mechs will go into the back of the wardrobe, but I have a feeling that this guy might stay out and hold the Mjolnir like that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about the back of the box and the front. Let's get on to the review. So here we have the overview of the set. Of course, you get your mech, you get small Thor, and you get small Mjolnir and big Mjolnir. So that's a nice little haul because obviously that big Mjolnir is just really cool looking, and you'll see there that there's a little Technic pin on the side of Mjolnir there, which can connect into either one of the mech's hands. So here we have the Thor minifigure, and of course he comes with Mjolnir as well, the little hammer, which is nice to see there. Of course he'd kind of have to have his hammer, it's his main thing really, of course. But anyway, on to the figure itself. You'll see the helmet here is quite nice. There's quite a good bit of detail involved there in the molding process of it, and it seems really nice. It just looks very well. I don't know what to say. I mean, it does. It just looks great. And then also you'll see his face here, a little bit of a cheeky grin, a little bit of a kind of I'm Thor grin, and then on the back you'll see his lightning eyes, which are just stunning. I think they're amazing looking. And of course that is his 2 prints there for his head. You'll see on his torso, it has the kind of typical circles that you will see on Thor's armor, the 6 kind of circly things. And it's also quite shiny. It's quite a metal kind of look to the rest of it. Small bits of blue in and out of there as well. Good amount of detail. No leg printing or arm printing. The arms are notably a tiny bit brighter than the rest of his body. On the back then, you'll see more kind of detail and more kind of his armor. You'll see a little bit of red there, and on the front as well you'll see red. That's supposed to signify his cape. Now I'm surprised and kind of disappointed that he doesn't have his cape on, but you know, it does kind of, you know, make sense, because I think with the cape in the mech it might get a little creased, and that's not exactly ideal. But there's some nice printing on him, and to be honest, this is a really nice minifigure. I'm glad to have him. On now to the mech, and we see like a decent bit of kind of movement in the mech. We'll put that to the side for a minute or two. We see a decent bit of movement in the set because it has a shoulder movement on both sides there. You can move the wrists and the middle of the arms. The legs are pretty much the same. They move with 3 or 4 parts. So that is definitely nice because it has a lot of display capabilities in that sense, and a lot of play possibilities in that sense as well. On the back here, you'll see a lot of red signifying his cape, which is nice. You got these 2 bits which are new to this set, new to LEGO with this set, and they help kind of represent the cape a little better as well. So if you have the arms up or anything, you can keep the cape down. So that is definitely nice to see there. As I said earlier, the Mjolnir will fit into both of his hands because they both have this tile on them that will fit a Technic pin. so you can shove it in there and he holds onto it. He holds onto it rather well. It's not too heavy for him or anything, so that's good. He can even hold it like right above his head as well, and this doesn't really throw off any of the balance. You can put his legs straight up there and his balance is still like fine. But yeah, it's definitely nice. Like it's made well. Although I don't think it'd really market that well for adults. As I said, you can fit it in to both of his hands, but you might want to switch the Technic pin around to the other side there, just so it looks a little bit better. But yeah, it's definitely a nice little feature to have there. And to be honest, I think out of all the mechs, this may be my favorite one, just because of the color scheme on it. Like I like the black and the gold and the all them different colors floating around. Plus the giant Mjolnir, of course, just really sucks me in. Also then, there is a little clip on his leg here for the other Mjolnir to rest, so you can put it backwards or forward, whichever way you want, and it just kind of clips in there. Slotting him into the mech is not a problem. He slots in there. There is a little kind of brick there that will kind of slot in between his feet, like that there, and then you close this and you know he kind of gets a bit more tight in there. But yeah, it's pretty easy to use. There's a lot of kind of, as I said, posable functions there to the mech, and there's a good bit of stability in it as well. So if you just plant the legs down, he usually stays in whatever orientation you have him in. So that's nice, definitely. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about this set. So yeah, for playability, it's definitely nice. It's good to get a very cheap set. It's good for starters if you want to start up playing Lego and you have kind of some interest in Lego Marvel, or if you want to buy a small gift for somebody, that is kind of a decent enough little set. There's a nice bit of playability in it because of the fact that you can pose it in many different ways. Because the mech is kind of exclusive to Lego, you're kind of almost forced to come up with new possibilities for what it is. So it's definitely great on an imaginative sense. And of course the Mjolnir is just, the big Mjolnir is really nice looking and is really cool. And of course then from the display or collector's point of view, it's nice to get a giant Mjolnir, it's nice to get a small Mjolnir, and it's nice to get Thor himself. And to be honest, the mech itself doesn't look that bad, but at the same time, for collectors and displayers, they probably wouldn't be using that, and the only reason they would get it is for Thor. And to be honest, I might hold off if you were a collector just for one with a cape. Otherwise, go straight for it because it is still a really nice minifigure, and again, that giant Mjolnir is just great. Thanks a million for watching my video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below if you think there's anything that needs to be said. Thanks a million, guys. See you again. Take care.